A very good evening and welcome to the Commonwealth Bank Cup match. This is the quarter-final game between the two Queensland sides, Murgon High on the left of your picture and Keebra Park State High on your right. I'm Ray Warren, and on this particular occasion sitting in for the ill John Brennan. And with me, the regular co-commentator, Bill Anderson. Morgan is about 6 metres out from the line. Dummy half is Jacobs, and he passes. It's gone again out to Langton, the half, and the 5/8 is the man who's going to throw the pass, and he's put it out to the centre three-quarter, and he's gone in to score out there. Barry Fuquandi scoring wide out. The other centre, Shane Polson, gave the final pass, but the man who set it up was Ashley Hill, as you will see here. This is Tony Langton passing, or Tom Langton, and then that long torpedo pass, a real Wally Lewis pass out to Polson, this boy, and he got off the left foot, got inside his opposite number, and was able to pop it down to his centre partner, Barry Fuquandi, for him to register first points in the match to Murgon High.
Well, on a couple of occasions tonight, we've already seen Ashley Hill throw that long ball to cut a man out and put a player into a gap, and from there it was simple no-panic football by Murgon High, which allowed Barry Fuquandi to score in the corner.
$4,000 in educational scholarship award from Radio 95 2UE and be acclaimed as the 83 Player of the Year. And here's Keebra popping down a loose ball and taking off with the intercept, and away for the try is Charlie Nixon. So Murgon has come back to level at 8 points all, and the conversion attempt will be taken from under the uprights, and Murgon most definitely will be leading by 10 points to 8 in just a matter of seconds. This was what happened. It was the captain, Tony Heft, who tried to unload, but the ball came down to the wrong side. And Charlie Nixon, one of the front row forwards, built fairly lightly, and that certainly helped him out. Had a win over St Mary's Toowoomba and Miami as Langton, the halfback. Oh, he's got a nice step, and he was into the clear. He's got the ball down too. It's been awarded as a try. That was a great individual effort by the young Murgon High halfback, Tom Langton. I didn't give him the remotest possibility of scoring. He was doing it all on his own. He had a look. Here's the replay. He got away from one, got inside a second, but it was here he started to have a look for somebody in support, and it was a vain look because there was nobody at all. He kept the ball off the ground and through sheer determination got it down to put his side in front.
Well, there's a scrum one against the feed, and young Tom Langton, the halfback for Murgon, was able to come up with the ball, showed a sidestep 2 or 3 times off the right foot to beat defenders, and then he was strong enough to force his way over. Great individual try.
Kick going down and crossing the halfway. It's in the hands now of Gordon Langton. He's away from one. This is something these fellows do have. That's heaps of pace. And Langton is tackled just outside the 22. Hill looking on the inside, finding his hooker Bly coming on the outside. Now the backs have got themselves out very deep. Run around for Hill and Langton. Fed out to the second rower Jacobs, on to Fuquandi, and then to McIntosh, and McIntosh is he's over. Yes, it's a try. Very close to the touchline, but McIntosh has scored his second try, I do believe. And this is how it happened. Ashley Hill, the run around was Langton. A decoy went on the inside. He fired it out to Jacobs, then to Fuquandi, onto McIntosh, and McIntosh was over to score Murgon's 4th try.
Well, that try won't seal the game for Murgon, but it will give them a little bit of breathing space. And once again, it was the 5/8 Ashley Hill who put the play on with a good run around, good passing along the back line for the centre, Barry Fuquandi, and finally for the winger, Roger McIntosh, to score.
That was his first try, my mistake. I thought for a moment that it was his second, Roger McIntosh, but that's his first try.
Is the venue for this first semi-final of the Commonwealth Bank Cup for 1983. It's St Gregory's College playing Murgon High, so we have a Queensland-New South Wales battle on our hands. First up here tonight, and let's welcome once again Bill Anderson.
Yes, well, they're allowing themselves to be bustled, and of course what they've got to do is just concentrate on their game, drop into their patterns, and play steady football.
That's Fisher. Even on his knees was attempting to unload the ball. So now Murgon rucking it up. Scott Henry, the lock forward. Fisher loves roaming up there as the dummy half.
Yes, and I can just notice on the blind side in defence for St Gregory's, their half-back and one of their top players, Mark Burns, limping very badly, and if he was to have to come off the field, that'd be a huge blow to them.
There's a strong run coming up this time by Roger McIntosh. The winger, dummy half waiting for it is Nixon. Nixon's only a couple of metres out from that line. Here's the final tackle. McIntosh is the dummy half. He'll swing it back to Langton. Then quick hands, a big long one coming through to Fuquandi. Away it goes this time to the centre, Polson. Polson into touch. No, he's not. Back inside it goes. They're still working away towards that line. Fuquandi with it. Breaking away there is Polson again. Keeping it going. And still going around his Hill. Players to burn here. Langton. Another 6 tackles. Murgon team getting a bit of a spark into this match now.
Yes, they're playing a lot of spirit.
That's Ashley Hill. Keep it alive. Langton again. On it goes to the big front row there in Morgan. Morgan close to the line. He'll play it.
This is going to be a real test for St Gregory's defence. They're playing against a spirited side, getting a lot of the ball.
Stepping back there is the second rower, Jacobs. Plenty of pressure coming up now for St Gregory's. That's Hill. He's wrapped up. They didn't go much ground on that occasion. McIntosh is the dummy half this time. Second rower, Cobbo. Here's the final tackle. Could be a bit of action here, Bill.
Yes, there certainly is.
Let's see.
Actually, what we just saw then is one of the areas that Murgon could improve upon there.
Touch and go. It's a try. Referee ruled no try.
The ball was grounded first by the St Gregory's player.
Crowd not too happy with it, but
if we do see a replay of that, I think there'll be no doubt that the St Gregory's player got his hand to the ball, and of course once he had done that, the ball was out of play.
That's Langton putting it up. Yes, he got a hand there. Just dived on. Final tackle. Dummy half waiting for it is Devery. It's the front rower, Dib. Ooh. Is it going to find touch? No, it's not. Taken over there by McIntosh. He's about 30 metres out from the Murgon line.
I'm sure that this would be the biggest game that any of the Murgon boys have ever played in.
Well, they played in Citywood last week, and I know they valued that experience, so here's another one for them. Big run here from Henry.
Yes, Henry's a good player. He showed us last week that he's got to step off both feet, and every time he handles the ball, he's a dangerous proposition. Once again there, but we saw that slow pass out of dummy half, which puts pressure on the receivers.
Yes, it doesn't help much, does it? So now that's the hooker up there in Bly. Ooh, straight into the hands this time of Fuquandi. A little bit lucky there. Hill is the dummy half. Has he found touch?
Yes, that's a great kick.
Yes, that's nice work. He's been very prominent, Ashley Hill, so far.
Yes, well, he's the linchpin to the Murgon side. He organises their play. He's got a good kicking game. I'm sure they're looking for him. Big game tonight. And no doubt the St Gregory's College coaches would be looking for an error here. They'd be hoping for an error.
Peter Bly, they're not quite sure what Muscanel they do. They give it away to Gordon Langton, the winger. And here's a test coming up, Bill. Dummy half is Bly. Bly back over there to Langton. Doubles around. Big long one. There's Hill again. Nice work. Cutting through there was Polzin. They go for the corner. McIntosh. No, he'd lose it. Yes, he's made a try. Looked to me as if he lost it. We'll get a good look. But Murgon get a lead of 4 points to 0. Referee took a while, Bill.
Yes, he certainly did. Well, no doubt that's the try that Murgon were looking for. It was a good run around in near the ruck, which gave them an overlap out in the back line. The break was made here by Ashley Hill. Sent a ball to a player in a hole. Now, what we've got to look closely for here is if the ball was grounded over the line. There's no doubt the player, Shane Polson, got a good pass away to his winger, Roger McIntosh. Well, it's pretty hard to tell from here. This one will give us an idea, certainly. Surely the head-on will give us the go. But that was good work there by Hill. He's the man that started the whole thing going. Ooh, gee. 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. Next week, the Cup returns to Leichardt Oval for the second semi-final. Match that sees Woodlawn College from Lismore travelling to Sydney take on the very hot Patrician Brothers Fairfield team. Another one of the gun teams over the years. Yes, well, they're the best side that I've seen so far this year, Patrician Brothers Fairfield. They've got a young player playing halfback for them called Greg Alexander, and my word, if there's a better player running around than him in this competition, I haven't seen him. Well, he's had big raps as of late, being compared to Peter Sterling and all sorts of things. Yes, well, of course, he came from Patrician Brothers Fairfield, Peter Sterling, as does Greg Alexander, so there are a lot of comparisons.
Hey, plenty of action here. This is Nixon. Back inside it goes, over the top. Breaking away this is time is Fuquandi. Fuquandi trying to get the pass away. Knocked back, he's right. So play on. And if they spin it out, there's big trouble coming up. A long one this time to the winger, Langton. No, forward pass. That'll be a bit suspect.
Yes, well, once again, we saw Murgon swing into attack, and I've got to say they're very prepared to throw the ball. But look at this pass from Ashley Hill. It's called forward by the referee, no doubt it was, but it was a great long ball.
They're off to a flying start here at Lang Park. 4-0. It's Scott Henry. And his front rower, Nixon. Gee, they move pretty quickly, these boys, when they get going.
Yes, they've got good individual skills.
Langton again. Loose pass, but it worked as Polson ends up with it. Gee, they're making breaks out left, right and centre. Back inside to Fuquandi. He gets to the quarter line. Throwing it around well at this stage, and they're getting the benefits from it. This is McMahon, the try scorer. Through. Still going. Got it away nice. Oh, going without it.
It would have been entitled to give a penalty then. Actually, the player was pushed without the ball.
That's Fisher. Tackler on this occasion was Whitbread. So now Murgon turning it on. Still going. And away they go. Vane Tempest sends it back inside. Still going. Hill gets it away to his winger Langton. But another forward.
There can be no doubt that Murgon are a very exciting football team when they've got the ball.
As you said, Bill, they're not afraid to throw it around.
There wasn't much in that, actually.
Not a great deal. That Cabra shot was spot on. And did create some sort of doubt. 11.5 minutes remaining in this first half of the match. Murgon have a lead of 4 points to 0.
The Wide Bay Schoolboys trounced the Great Britain Under-19s Rugby League touring team last night in one of the best games of football the area has seen for a long time. The tourists were defeated 30-10 and now go on to play Australia in their first test in Brisbane this Saturday.
About 1,500 people were treated to some first-class rugby league last night when the local lads took on the touring English side and beat them 30 points to 10. Within the first 10 minutes, Great Britain went in with some vigorous tackling and the match continued in that hard-fought spirit. The Wide Bay Schoolboys were able to take advantage of their own quick back line to score several excellent tries. By half-time, the local Schoolboys led 12 points to 4. Murgon State High School boy Lawrence Dalton played an excellent game, and the Wide Bay won most of the scrums thanks to hooker Peter Bly. Gympie's second rower David McSweeney had an outstanding defensive game. About 1/3 of the touring Great Britain players have played first-grade professional English rugby league.